Yes, villagers, some states are up with their COVID numbers while other states are down with their COVID numbers. No matter where you are, you probably had 4 goals that you considered during the whole quarantine time. Let's see how you did it. So if you need to see exactly where you are with those goals, you are in the right place. If you're new to this channel, welcome to our village. If you're a returning villager, welcome as well. So let's get into it. Welcome to Garden of the Mind, where we reduce stress, improve our health and fitness, and improve our financial IQ every episode. We must believe more than we see. I'm in the New York City area. So in the New York City area, the COVID numbers are down to the point that we are now in phase 2. However, wherever you are, during the time that you first heard about COVID, you probably came up with 4 goals to see exactly what you can do to improve yourself during your time in quarantine. Let's take a look and see exactly how you did. Tip number 1, follow proper precautions. That means using your mask, washing your hands or using hand sanitizer, keeping appropriate distance, and cleaning frequently touched surfaces. As I said, we're in the New York City area. Now, in the New York City area, we did not have any guidelines or rule book in which to follow with this whole corona situation. However, as a result, we have now created the rule book and the guideline for the rest of the country to follow. We've successfully done that by following all the precautions. So it's very important that you continue to follow these precautions so that we don't have to worry about this illness. Now, a few days ago, I heard about D.L. Hughley, the comedian. It turned out that he fell out on stage and found out that he had coronavirus as well. So we're going to definitely keep that brother in our prayers, and we're going to thank God for a 100% and complete recovery for him. Now, New York has laid down the blueprint in terms of how to beat this coronavirus. So it's important for us to follow the precautions, do exactly what they're saying, so that we can also get these numbers down across the country. Here in New York, a lot of people passed away from this coronavirus. An overrepresentation of those people were black and brown. So it's important for us to wear our mask and do our proper protection of ourselves. Trust doesn't have anything to do with this virus. Unfortunately, as people, we all trust somebody. So the people who we trust, we decide we're not going to wear our mask with, and we are going to still hang out around them. But there's a bunch of people who are asymptomatic, meaning they don't have any symptoms that they have this virus, but they still can pass it along to whomever. And this is one of the ways that this virus seems like it's spreading super fast. So please try to take as much precautions as possible and try to limit the amount of people that come into your home, and always wear your mask. That's very important. One of my favorite sayings is trust but verify. So in this case, we're talking about trust the people who you trust, but still wear your mask anyway. That's the verification. Tip number 2. How are you doing in terms of taking care of your health? Remember, we are the most important people in our lives. So it's very important that we take care of ourselves. That extends our life and extends the amount of love that we can give to our families. Now, are we taking care of ourselves? Are we eating properly? Now, there's going to be some people who are not going to be able to eat properly as a result of living in a place that's a food desert, or not having the proper resources, or whatever the case may be. If that is your case, then we're not talking about your situation. Now, some of us can look in the mirror and admit that we have not been taking the best care of ourselves. We haven't been eating the right foods, we haven't been doing exercise, and we haven't been taking the proper time that we need in order for us to thrive and for our mental health to be good. Let's do everything that we can to extend that life so that we can have more time to enjoy on this beautiful earth. Tip number 3, investing in ourselves. Remember, we said that we were going to get a new skill. We were going to learn something new, start that new business during the time that we had with this whole quarantine. How are we doing with that? If we're not where we're supposed to be, let's get right back on track and start up and continue to do exactly what it is that we said we were going to do. Tip number 4, reconnection. Have we reconnected with our families? Have we reconnected with God? Have we reconnected with some of our friends? All of those things are very important for our own individual mental health. So it's important for us to still have that connection, even though we may be in different stages of this COVID and Corona situation. If we're not where we are supposed to be right now, then we can start all over tomorrow. Tomorrow is a brand new day. We can start all over and we can make whatever improvements that we lack today, tomorrow. So let's go out and try to do that. Now, this session was not to blame anybody or to make them feel bad. However, what happens a lot of the times with our New Year's resolutions is we say them one time in the beginning of the year and we don't mention them again until we realize that we've forgotten about them. So this is just a check-in to see exactly where you are and remind you about some of those goals and remind you of some of those things that you said that you were going to do. This is just to see exactly how you are doing with them, whether you are on track or not off track. If you are on track, good job. If you're not on track, great effort. Let's do better next time. Let's do better tomorrow. If there are any goals that you are working on that I have not mentioned, please put that in the comments so the village can benefit from the collective wisdom. The village will be so happy about that, and so will I. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you want to know when I post, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, please click on that notification bell so you'll get that little ding on your phone and let you know that a new video has been created and you'll be the first one to see it. And remember, thoughts are actions, words have power, and actions have consequences. I'll see you for our Wednesday portion. I'll see you then.